How's it going, gents? Here we are today with an ultralight camping setup on the WR. Specifically making this video because I saw another motorcycle YouTube channel, Fort9, Brian from Fort9. Big fan of him. He's a really good motorcycle reviewer. I freaking love his videos. A lot more effort than lazy old Riding with Tom. But I'm showing off my ultralight setup. I've got the other boys here. I'm showing my setup mainly as a response to Ryan from Fort9's video. Specifically, now I love his videos. I'm not ragging him out. I love anyone who goes motorcycle camping. It is my legit favorite thing to do on a motorcycle. I love motorcycle camping. Been doing it for years. I spent a lot of time on perfecting my motorcycle camping setup. And in no means do I mean that like mine's better than anyone else's. This is how I do it. And I have no issues with anyone else's motorcycle camping setup. These boys take a lot more gear than me. But specifically, I got a little triggered just because his title of his video was smallest motorcycle camping gear or setup, and it triggered me a bit because I spent a lot of time perfecting my ultralight camping setup. I'm pretty hardcore when it comes to ultralight. I've spent a lot of time perfecting it. I do a lot of big adventure trips on very hard tracks and trails and stuff. We've just spent the day doing single tracks, and it was really clay and slimy and hard. So we go pretty hardcore ultralight.
Give him a hand?
Yeah, give him a hand, he's dead. He died. Send it!
Just gonna send it. He's gonna make it running.
Effort though. Go, Nick. I hate you guys. But I'll show you everything I've got. So today I've taken just a tank bag, tail bag. That's it. There's no backpack. That's just my jacket, my helmet. And that's got everything in it to sleep, shelter, tent, stay warm, eat food, cook, water. Everything's in just those two bags. And if you're thinking, but it's an easy Australian, warm day. Nope, it's going to be -1 tonight. There's snow just at the top of that mountain. Nice one, Nicky. So, gents, if you didn't believe me when I said it's cold, there's snow a couple hundred meters up the mountain. So, it is not a warm summer's day that we were camping. As you can see, it's cold. It is going to be very, very cold. So, we need a good sleeping bag and good protection because it might rain as well. And if you're thinking, but Tom, this is just what you take on an overnighter or something, or you've probably never used this setup before, I've just come back from about 19 days camping just with this gear. I did take panniers the other time, but that was just for fuel and tools because we were doing a desert crossing. Normally I don't take as many tools. I just take the little toolbox on the side. But I'll show you everything that I've got in these two bags. So, start off with the tail bag. I've got the it's a bit dirty because it spent the day in single track. So this is the Helinox ground chair. I'll show you when it's set up as well. But that's my chair on the top. This is the Thermarest Neo mattress. That's got an R rating of I think 3 or 4. So that is a big reason why I can camp in the snow with such little gear. Is because that inflatable mattress keeps me bloody warm. Now this tail bag does extend another that far. And that's what I put this down jacket in. Like today we were doing single tracks, it got really warm, so I chucked this down jacket inside here, but then we had a bit of a road stint. We did about 300 Ks a day. Had a bit of a road stint, so I chucked the down jacket back on, and that's why this is smaller. But I'll show you what's in here. So not much in this right now. I got a pair of MX gloves because it's so cold. I was wearing snow gloves, but when I'm doing single tracks, I don't like wearing snow gloves. So spare set of MX gloves. Got a titanium hip flask because you can't camp without a bit of freaking alcohol, a bit of freaking something to warm you up. And in here is just my sleeping bag. So this is the Cedar Summit Spark 3, rated to -4. In here is just tire levers and the big spanner to get the wheels off. So that's what's just in the tail bag, not a lot. What's in the tank bag is everything else. So this has got a little bottle of water. Where we're riding today, there's always rivers, crystal clear snow melt rivers, so didn't take a lot of water. I would be taking more water if I was crossing a desert. Sidekick Leatherman, that'll be my knife, pliers, and wood saw if I need to cut up wood. Bunch of tissues. This is what I'm going to eat tonight. These little pasta things, I think they're fantastic. You just add water. So I'll be able to just grab some water out of the river here, boil it with this, done. That's dinner. So I cook that pasta in this titanium. Everything's titanium that I have because I like titanium. My leg's made out of titanium, and it's ultra light. This whole camping setup weighs a couple of kilos. That's it. It's when you're riding the bike, it doesn't feel like you're riding with camping gear. Titanium pot. Within the titanium pot is my pillow. Because one thing, I am ultralight, but I don't sacrifice on comfort or anything. I always have a mattress, a pillow, sleeping bag. I'm not just lying on the ground or something. I might be ultralight, but I'm not a freaking caveman. So there's the pillow. Inside here is a head torch. My head torch comes in a little lantern, and also a couple spare batteries for the head torch. I've got a bit of paracord just for attaching other stuff. I've got a lighter. I've got a toothbrush. I've got an iPhone cable. I charge my phone off the bike. That's my voltage meter, so I'm at 13.3. That's got a USB port, charge my phone, which is on a quad lock, right there. When I'm riding. So iPhone cable, toothbrush, lighter, a titanium spork for eating with my titanium pot, titanium hip flask. I really like titanium, if you haven't noticed. And this is my tent. It is a bivvy, Black Diamond Twilight bivvy. This is fantastic. It's not for the soft. It is something you've got to, I don't know, you've got to be pretty hardcore to run a bivvy, I think. But it does keep you really warm and really waterproof, and it is the lightest, smallest thing possible. It's fantastic. I love it. But again, I'm pretty hardcore. My other mate Nick couldn't handle the bivvy, so he's back to a tent. So yeah, just a toothbrush and a little toothpaste, lighter, bit of paracord. That's it. That's all I take. As I said, if I'm going on a longer trip, I might take a bit more tools or water or fuel. If I'm crossing a desert, doing like the Simpson crossing and need 500 k's in range or something, then I'll take my 2 panniers. But for a normal overnighter, or even something where I'm not doing millions and millions of kilometers, that's all I take. I've got like my wallet in my jacket. In terms of clothes, I've just got riding gear, so riding boots, adventure pants, adventure jacket. I got a down jacket on, which I'll sleep in because it's going to be cold tonight. Might even snow around here. But yeah, that's my camping setup. That's all I take. As you can see, the majority of the space is used up by a sleeping bag. You know, I do camp often where it's below zero, so a decent sleeping bag is necessary. Now, as I said, I don't mind. I love motorcycle camping. I want more people to get out there and do it. I don't care what your setup is, but I do get asked a lot because I have spent 4 or 5 years perfecting my camping setup. You know, when I first camped, I had so many things strapped on the back. It was like this high. My KTM 690, I had a massive bag on the back, and I hated it. Just ruined the riding because it was so heavy and bulky. There were some really good things I like about Fort 9's camping setup. Using things multiple ways, using his seat instead of a chair, and doing some other things. That was really cool. And his hammock, that was really ultra lightweight. Myself, I'm not a huge fan of the hammock because I find it very cold. Or in summer, we get a lot of mosquitoes in Australia, so it wouldn't really work. Whereas the bivvy, I think, it's smaller and it's you know, works in hot, cold, raining, anything. It's perfect. That's my setup. It's not for the cheap. Fortnine's setup looked a lot cheaper than mine. Mine's not cheap at all. All this stuff is very expensive. A lot of it's from expensive hiking gear and stuff. So, you know, sleeping bag's like $500. The bivvy's $300. The mattress is $300. All the titanium stuff is really expensive. As I said, like, I've spent a lot of time perfecting this, so, you know, it's not like I bought it all at once and stuff. It's taken me, I've had a lot of different sleeping bags and stuff. I've spent a lot of money trying to get my setup smaller and lighter. I don't really know how I'm going to get any smaller and lighter. There'll probably be a few things. You know, even my bike, I've gone from a KTM 690 to a WR 250. You know, it's lighter. And yeah, that's my setup. I'm going to go set up camp right now. Very easy. Another good thing. I don't need to set up poles, tents, hammocks or anything. I just lay the bivvy out, chuck the sleeping bag and mattress, and just ready to go. So the chairs that we use, I got to say, we're hardcore ultralights, so we use the Australian brand Helinox. These are the Chair Zeros. These are their lightest chairs they have. And this is the ground chair, which is probably the most compact, a little bit heavier. Pluses and minuses about both chairs, but they're both awesome. I've had the ground chair now, I have a Chair Zero, but absolute best. They have a lot of really good hiking ultralight gear. So if you are looking for chairs, tables, stretchers, freaking awesome. And Australian. I've been using them for 5 years now or something. I've had my ground chair. Only just recently got the Chair Zero, so absolutely love it. This is the lightweight stuff I cook. I try to use shit that you can just buy at the supermarket, because like you got to be able to stock up. So just a bit of continental stroganoff. Yep. Add water. That's all you got to do. You just boil up some water. It's got some river water in it. Just got to chuck that in it, and
I'm gonna add a tune into
5-10 minutes, and she's gonna be ready to go. Don't need a burner because we got a campfire. And this is what you get after cooking your pasta. Great pasta, good freaking good meal, good feed, nice and hot. Get it in ya, and you'll survive the night, maybe. All right, gonna clean the pot. Luckily, I've got this beautiful roaring river that is crystal clear. Just gonna get in there, clean her out. You'll be clean in no time. All right. Camping successful, as always. Nice hat, Nick. I'll show you all my gear set up. How I slept in the old bivvy. Fantastic. Very cold last night. About to 0. That was perfectly snuggly warm. Show what the temperature is. The old rocket clock. .0 degrees, 0.2. Pretty cold, but all good in the hood. So gents, this is all my camping gear set up. Just woke up. It's my Helinox Chair Zero, bivvy that I use, Black Diamond Twilight bivvy. Just got a pillow, a little cheapo pillow. Sleeping bag that I was using last night was a Cedar Summit Spark 3 rated a -4, got to 0, so more than warm enough. And within the bivvy is also a Thermarest Neo Air. I get a lot of questions about what gear I use, so Thermarest Neo Air mattress, very warm and comfortable as well. That's all I use. Woke up, everything was covered in ice and stuff, but bivvy was completely dry. Sleeping bag's completely dry on the inside, and hella warm and great. That's my ultralight camping setup, ready to pack up, get onto the single tracks today. Yeah. Nick takes so long to pack up. Sometimes I think he's just messing with me. Like you folded it up here, then you walked all the way over there, and now you're folding it up again.
Look at his Russian hat.
That's like 40 minutes on the mattress. I completely packed up. I could probably ride through the Simpson and come back. He'll still be working on his stupid mattress. Such a dilly-dally.